opinion thing. That was just
Okay,
trying to
'cause-
let people know what was coming. down
Because
the
he
line.
didn't answer any questions, and his interview was on April 4th is when it posted to the internet.
Well, he answered
Um,
my main question.
Because
which
he
is,
did
what,
it-
What are you gonna do now? And then I let him talk, but,
Okay, because I did not bring my notes because I was expecting just to do a
Well.
4-minute statement.
I probably have the story right here. Printed a bunch of them.
Right, I thought I was getting the same treatment as Mr. Meck as a 4-minute statement, so I came in with my little notes to make my 4-minute statement.
Well, I've got some questions, and then it's not a 4-minute statement. I mean, actually, you'll probably be able to use your information to answer my questions.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
But, yeah, because generally when I do an interview, it's a question answer thing, but I always give people a chance at the end to add. So if there's anything that is on there that you missed, you can add.
Okay.
You know, so, and sometimes, you know, in order to save time, because my stores are limited in time, sometimes if I can, I'll even take my questions out and just let it ride together, the answers, you know?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It depends upon the timing on it, so. Figure out how to go back to this. That one we can get started. Now, this one we gotta figure out how to start. That's the microphone you're using. Testing. Say something into it.
Hello?
So you,
Hello, testing?
okay, that works. Yeah, yeah. Clear that. Okay, is that correct? Start over. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Nancy, right now, unless something is done very quickly, the landfill will close and we will not have anything in place to dispose of trash in the county for possibly several months. Do you realize that your efforts to keep MEC out may only increase the odds of that happening and the county becoming an open dump area?
Okay, so for starters, we have no plan on keeping MEC out. This is about a $4.12 million transfer station that we simply cannot afford. It doesn't matter who's going to build that transfer station, the cost of it is too high. It would need to be open bid so that we can go to a lower price. As far as the supposed stopgap that the SWA wants to continue to discuss, that's not going to happen. The trash has to go out. The DEP and the PSC have stated that the trash cannot sit, it cannot be on the ground. They have to remove it. We do have employees at the SWA, and they will have to haul the trash to Greenbrier or over Jeep Mountain to Daly or Tiger Valley to dump our trash. That is why we were requesting option number 1, which is to go ahead and get bids from Allegheny, Greenbrier, and if Tiger Valley wants to bid, let them bid, in hauling certain green box sites to the landfill while this gets worked out. Because we should not accept a bad deal that we can't afford simply because the board failed us and did not get a well done plan in time.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, the SWA has been struggling with this issue of what to do when the landfill closes, and I've been reporting on it for years. Where have you all been until very recently, when they finally found a solution that would prevent ending trash disposal soon?
Okay, so I'm a new resident here. I am actually from Florida, so I did not know the landfill was filling. We drive to the landfill, we're there a lot, and it did not look like it was a tall mountain to us, because from Florida we build our mountains high with trash. I did not understand there was a cap, so we knew nothing about it. When I speak to people in the community, I'm told they thought it was a county commission issue. They never heard about it on the county commission. Some people did not even have a clue there's an SWA board and unelected members deciding our trash. And there's a few handful of people that said they did go about 3 to 4 years ago to try and be a part of the solid waste issue, but Mr. Henderson was so rude to them, with him yelling and just belittling them, they decided to step back and let it play out. But the three of us that are very involved, and then there's also a couple people that are helping out as much as they can, not a single one of us knew there was anything going on about the trash and that there was a board for it.
Okay. What exactly are your proposals to ensure that trash disposal continues uninterrupted in the county? Remember, it can take 6 months or more of permit processing before any new proposal can be authorized by the state.
Correct. So we are aware of the length of time, and that's why we presented the option one, which is to make sure there's no stop in this trash being picked up. Technically, the solid waste department can pick up all the green boxes and haul it to Greenbrier in their 5-day work week without an issue. I know the SWA likes to say that the boxes are dumped through the weekends, but we have monitored every single green box site for the last 5.5 weeks, and 90% of the time they are not emptied twice during the week. Now, there is an exception sometimes in Marlinton where they are emptied midweek, but Green Bank, Frost, and other areas, they're not emptied. They're emptied on Monday or Tuesday mornings, and that contains the trash from Wednesday, Friday, or Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it can be done. But if they don't want to do it, we do have other options in our county. Although I know a lot of people think we only have one licensed company to haul trash in our county, but that's not true. We have more than one, and Greenbrier has asked several times to bid the green boxes and removing the trash to Greenbrier County.
Okay. So so you believe that simply taking household garbage from the green boxes to another county's landfill will solve the problem? What about all the large commercial and construction debris and appliances that won't fit into a dumpster or even a standard garbage truck? What about the cost of trucking the garbage, the drivers, the truck purchases, the replacements, insurance, repairs, traffic accidents? Mark Holstein has told me that those expenses would make the 15-year cost to the Solid Waste Authority soar above the $6 million cost of this proposal.
Okay, so for one, option one was never a long-term option. That is only a short-term till you get to a long-term solution. Option one comes with roll-off dumpsters to take in this C&D and the large appliances to be put at the landfill. That is just a temporary measure. But Jackmall's option 4 has the same issues. Every single piece of trash brought through that transfer station has to be taken to a landfill. So that is still requiring garbage being hauled. I don't understand why there's a difference in opinion, because he wants $69 per ton to haul that trash back out. That's astronomical when you consider we're bringing in 8,000 tons per year. That's going to be more than $6,000. We're looking at $8,000 or $9,000 at the end of the 15 years with the building and the truck hauling. That doesn't even include the $500,000 salary cap that we have to have that whole building staffed, the scale staffed, and then the employees. So you're using option one as a long-term solution when it's a short-term solution. And then you're not adding in the correct amount of money for how much it's going to cost to truck out the trash once it goes to the transfer station. And once it goes to the transfer station, we're handling trash several times before we ever get it out of our county.
Well, of course, the transfer station would be loading the trash from garbage trucks into tractor trailer trucks, so each of those would carry enough trash to be multiple garbage trucks.
They
So
will
those would be
carry,
cheaper
right, that, so each, they can carry between 21 and 24 tons of solid waste to the landfill. That's how much they can take. Our current garbage trucks, I'm told they carry between 14 and 16 tons. So it's not that big of a difference.
if the group that you were with had the power and ability to guarantee that MEC would have nothing to do with the future of solid waste in the county, but it could cost us 6 months of no trash disposal in the county, would you feel it'd be worth that?
I cannot speak for the group, but I can speak for myself. And from day one, I have stated I do not care if Jack Mall builds the transfer station. I just want open bid so that it is the most cost-effective way. I think everybody in their lifetime has gone into a rent-to-own situation on something, and you realize by the end of a rent-to-own, you're paying 2, 3, sometimes 5 times what it's worth, and it wasn't a good deal. This is the same situation. It's not a good deal to rent to own, but I would love for Mr. MEC to bid everything we're proposing, whether it's the picking up the green boxes, whether it's doing compactors, whether it's an open bid transfer station. I would love Mr. MEC to bid it, and I would love a fair, good bid that he wins, because then all the economy stays in our county. But our problem is it's not an open bid, and too many builders have said they can do it for far less. But I can't speak personally for other people, but I don't mind if Mr. MEC builds it.
Okay. Here's the question that you dread, that actually you look forward to.
Okay.
Is there anything you would like to add to this?
Yes. So I think it's very important that people understand I did not come into this for any kind of an agenda. I can afford to pay the green box fees. It's not a problem on my end. I came into this because when I started to read, and one of our neighbors came to us and said, I can't afford this and I don't know what I'm doing. She is a very elderly woman, and we often pick up her trash, and she has less than a half a bag of trash per week. And she's looking at a $300, $400, or maybe even a $500 bill. And when I started reading the letter of intent, I started realizing this is costing more than what it should probably cost. My husband and I have been in construction our entire lives, and I have a family that comes from construction. So I was happy to join the group and try and fight this. And I went into it from day one stating, I don't care who gets the bid, I just want an open bid. As we started learning more and more, and I've also talked to Mark Holstein, who said that he felt the trash compactors were the best for our situation. I spoke to 2 experts who have each over 45 years in solid waste removal, and when I showed them the layout of our county, the terrain, the declining population each year, and that we bring in about 70 tons from the green boxes per week, everyone suggested the same thing, the compactors. So we discussed it with Snowshoe. Snowshoe does not have a problem with them freezing. Nobody's stealing anything. There's a lot of options that we could do if they would just open their minds and not let an attorney who does not live in our county decide our future.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with this 10 minutes we got down here. I might be able to make it to 2 stores.